Hey people, so before we get started, I just like to say that what I'm about to show you, I really only came up with just to improve my practice to become a better day trader with AlgoBox. So about AlgoBox, I like to direct your attention to two links that I have in the description box below. And the first is a link to the AlgoBox Discord. So if you click on that link, you'll land in whatever channel, and you can just go to the get started and start here, scroll all the way to the top, and you can just work your way down that list to learn how to earn. And the second link will be the AlgoBox Pro official website. To go to download, fill out this form, and then you can get started on a 2-week free trial or into creating continuous contract. I'm gonna go ahead and connect to a live data connection. When you're connected, you can go ahead and go to tools and historical data. If you click on that, that'll bring you up, that'll bring up this window, and took a minute and go to tick data. Well, this is what I do personally. I'm not sure if it makes a difference with algo bars, but what I do, I use tick, and the last I leave out the bid and ask, and you can go ahead and select your contract month. And if you're working with a previous contract month, like if you want to go back farther, you can just go ahead and select this. So the previous, because with equity indices, they work in quarters. So the previous contract month was 12/22. There you go, have a space right there, 12/22. And we trade on the CME. So the CME has roll dates, a list of roll dates. So here we see that on December 12th, we rolled to the March 23 contract. So if I'm working with December 22, so if I'm working with December 22, then I would want to get everything up to, see, this is the 12th, so I want to get everything up to the 9th, and then just go as far back up to the previous contract. Well, I can't really see the previous, what the previous roll was before this, but ideally you would be able to see that, because this is something that you would continuously maintain. You could do it like once a month or something. But so I would just go as far back as like September something or whatever, and everything up to there, and just try to get as much of that data as possible. So I'm gonna go here and just delete the historical data that's already in there. So that's the NinjaTrader 8 DB tick folder right there. So you can just go ahead and run that. And I'm just gonna do this for one instrument right now. So once you get to that roll date, then you would just move on to the next contract month. So in that case, that would be March 2023, and then you can just do that on and so forth. I do this for accuracy. I think, I'm not really sure if there's gonna be too much of a difference, but I'm just using the data that would have been present, that I would have been using at that day, which would have been the front month contract, which is what active intraday traders use. You always trading off of the front month, and you're expecting the roll dates. So now with that done, I would just go ahead and just create a new folder, desktop folder, and use practice ticks. Yeah, something like that. And YM, make sure you have a space, and then hashtag dash or a pound, whatever. There, and then I'll just select all and move it into there. And then I usually just go ahead and delete this. So now when you go ahead and download data from another contract month, you can have that. Yeah, so what I want to do is actually just make sure that I take a look at right here. Okay, so this is the last day. And then when I go here, I want to make sure that I get everything after that. Yeah, so everything after that, then I select all. So then anything, bam. And then I move that into the desktop file so that if you scroll up, you'll see that was Friday, and then we move on to, yeah, I don't know why this is including some of Saturday's day because the market was closed in, but here we see, let me zoom in. Yeah, that is December 11th, and then 1900, so 7 p.m. This is NinjaTrader's specification for continuous contracts, because every platform does it differently. So it's the number sign, pound sign, hashtag, whatever you want to call it. So it's the instrument letters and those signs. And so in this continuous contract, now you have multiple contract months combined into a single contract. I actually got this idea from Triforce Trader, Matthew Owens. He uses, I believe it's multi-charts and a trade station. So once you have all of that put together, you'll just go ahead and put that continuous contract into the TickDB NinjaTrader document file. Just gonna zoom in here. Move up. There we go. Just so y'all know the right location to put it, because that's where NinjaTrader is gonna call the data from. And I just do it like this. I move them back and forth because I do like to run the right here, the startup file, just to make sure that everything's running smoothly and there's not too much data that's slowing down my computer resources or anything like that. So after you put the continuous contract in the tick file, and remember, we're working with historical data because anything that's in the tick file, that's historical data. Market replay data all goes into here. I just found that I don't know if it's possible to make continuous contracts with market replay data. So I'm just talking strictly historical data. And this is going to make a difference when you'll see when you connect to the playback connection. And remember that this is historical data. So let me see, the data went as far back as September. But one quick trick I'll show you all is to actually, it helps to just make a new empty workspace, because if you want to adjust the date ranges, then it's gonna take a while when you have all of those charts loaded up versus if you don't have anything loaded up. And then if you disconnect, so you disconnect your playback connection, and then you go back to your workspace with the chart, and actually let me load on something like that, and you reconnect your playback connection, then it'll have those specific ranges that you want to practice loaded already, so you don't have to change it while you're working through everything. So see, this is actually, hold on. All right, so you notice that if you look at the contract month, you'll see that it's the March 23 contract month. But if you play it, you'll notice that nothing is actually moving. You have to go here and make sure that you change that so that it matches the data that's in your tick file. So you do that, and now when you press play, no, hold on. Right there, the morning session open. It's weird. Hold on, I figured out what my problem was. The second was a Sunday. So yeah, make sure I made that mistake sometimes. But yeah, make sure that you're on a day when the market is actually moving. And go ahead, go to the open. Because remember, we don't really trade the first 5 minutes. Yeah, so let's continue this contract. So yeah, make sure you check out the link in the description box below and learn how to put some money in your own pocket instead of watching other people do so. All right, take care and happy trading.